Hey, what's up? I'm Chad DeGroot, and today we're going to do a little interview with Jason Deener, Medina. Recently 30 years old, corrections officer, and former employee of Mr. Bikes and Boards. He's got a story and about weight loss, getting married, struggles with food, and a new kind of life. So let's dive into it.
Yeah. So you just want me sitting here pretty much?
Yeah.
Looking good?
Real good.
Hey. Took a shit, so
Yeah.
feel good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good's good, right?
Yeah, feel like I'm looking good. Guess why I'm here today?
Yeah.
Like you want me to say guess why I'm here?
Oh, it started already. Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. So Jason Medina, nickname is Deener, 31, and I'm here today to do an interview. Guess why I'm here?
Let's start.
The nickname came from my last name. Started in 9th grade. I was late to my first day in 9th grade, and a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, Deener," and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I look over there, and it stuck. So I don't know, 15 years, 16 years now since high school.
Who gave you that? Do you remember?
Yeah, a kid named R.C. Lavelle, good kid. He just screamed Deener. We were both a bunch of idiots in class, and that's how we started a high school career.
And what high school or what city is that?
Lake Mary High School in Lake Mary, Florida.
Do you have another nickname?
I have a few nicknames, actually.
Is it something to do with Lake Mary?
Yeah, Mr. Lake Mary, actually. Look me up on Twitter. At Mr. Lake Mary is my Twitter handle.
No, it's not.
It is. It is at Mr. Lake Mary. It's been that way since Twitter came about. And at jmedina86 for Instagram.
Any other ones you want to get out of the way?
Yeah. Blackpeoplemeat.com. You can look for me there.
Is that meat? Like
Meat.
Meat person or to eat a meat?
No, it's like black meat, so that's weird. But yeah, so Black People Meat, M-E-A-T.
Is that before it's cooked?
It's raw.
Oh, it's actually...
Yeah, it's radiator hose. It makes me feel good about myself when I'm on that website. So I'm at 230 right now, 230 pounds right now, and it started from 465 pounds. I was a fatty, and so yeah, I lost some weight. I stopped being fat. I stopped eating Wendy's and Taco Bell, and I got a little healthier. So.
What was your craving? What was your go-to piece of shit food?
Well, I had the kids at Mr. Bikes and Boards train to bring me Taco Bell, burritos, Cheez-Its, and Polar Pops rapidly throughout the day, so that was kind of the go-to for me.
Do you think you have anything to do with this Polar Pop craze?
I would say that I might have something to do with the younger fat generation getting involved with the Polar Pops. I was heavily involved in that, but now I think you should not drink that many Polar Pops because you'll end up 465 pounds. Unless you want to bring me one for free, I'm still game to drink at least half of one. I'll sweat it out.
Really?
Yes.
You'll give in?
I will give in for half of a Polar Pop.
Is that a one-time thing, or do you
that's a one bang.
Do you fall into any sugar, old things? Do you have any cravings?
I have a vice, man, and it's tortilla chips. I literally do not know how to say this is enough. I will eat a whole bag of tortilla chips in one sitting, and then I will starve myself the next day like a little valley girl in California.
Are tortilla chips that bad though?
They're white flour tortilla. It's like shitty carbs, which is what got me where I was at. And I eat the yellow corn tortillas, so it helps, but it's still not good. I starve myself. Literally, I'll freak out like a little girl the next day. I will not eat anything but drink water. I would definitely consider Lake Mary my local stomping grounds. I grew up in Lake Mary. The park's been here for 16 years now, and I got a chance to watch it go from just a grass field to a skate park. So I grew up riding here. I still suck, so it's just like the first time every time. But Lake Mary would be number one, and then I would say number two, it's kind of become old Candyland. I had a big part in that getting, when that was put there, I was a big part of that and riding that when it first started. And then for a third stomping ground, man, I don't know. I would say it could be anywhere from maybe Deltona because, you know, the waterhead's over there. It's fun. It's fun to ride that place. I, again, rode that place just as long as Lake Mary.
What's a waterhead?
A waterhead is anything over the Volusia County Bridge. It's somebody that's vastly affected by the sea salt in Daytona Beach or anything near the ocean. They are fucking retarded. That's how I feel about that.
So what about south of that? What are they, just regulars?
Just regular heads. That's all it is. They're just good, level-headed people. I like to consider myself one of those guys, sort of.
Yeah.
Huh. Stoops. Stoops is a character, very special individual. I'd like to think he's touched. Good-hearted dude, but can get a little crazy at times. I slapped him one time for the good fun of the activities at the bike shop, and I almost felt the need to fix his attitude with a hammer. But he understands that it was all love. He's a weird one, but definitely entertaining and good to have around when you've got nothing going on. And if you can't open a ketchup packet, his teeth will get it done for you.
Another one for you after that.
Some roast sound.
Stick your teeth out once for it. Teeth out.
Don't take it easy on yourself, man. All right,
I don't know if his powers are at that level yet, but who am I to judge? Everybody's their own person. So if he says he shattered a tree branch with his telekinesis, then who am I to say no?
Do you think he really just chewed his way through a tree branch like a beaver?
I know for a fact that he's chewed his way through many of tree branches. He has the scars to show it on his tectonic plates. I like plies because everything plies to plies, and I applies it to my life. And I'm on my way to just being a rich nigga, working for the state.
Is there anything having to do with that song and a motorcycle?
Yeah. So funny thing about that is every time I listen to plies, I get loose. And I got too loose one night at the shop working on my trucks, and I dumped my $17,000 Harley Davidson on the ground at 1 mile an hour. Most people will dump their motorcycle going down the interstate. I literally dumped my bike in the shop at 1 mile an hour. So don't listen to plies and ride motorcycle, kids, because it's not good for you. It's not conducive to your lifestyle.
And you didn't get hurt? You're still on the bike, sliding about 15 feet?
I slid about 15 feet, smiling at my brother. And for first time in my life, I just wasn't concerned about the materialistic thing. I just psyched that I got out of that, scathed free, and nothing happened. Twisted my ankle a little bit because my shoe got stuck on the bike, but yeah, just stood the bike back up, fired it back up, and drove it home. It was fine. But plies will do that to you. Always dump you on the ground. I've been married a little over 1.5 years now. Been with my wife 6 years. Been married a little over 1.5 years.
And how did that work out?
So the marriage thing was cool. We got married. Chad, you actually did the thing. You did the I do's, which was cool. You read our vows out of a sweet Bible full of whiskey. Started out as almost like a joke, but it really came true. Like, who would have thought that Chad DeGroot would have married my wife and I? But it was really good. Super shotgun wedding in my backyard. Cost me about $500. Had about 7 people there. I made the chicken wings and the lasagna and baked kale for those people that don't eat all that other stuff. And we drank lots of Fireball, and we got married. It's called a stand-up funeral, I believe, as you put it.
That's correct.
It was and still is a stand-up funeral. Yeah, this one's a deep one, man. A lot of people don't understand. To me, BMX is just something. When I was a kid, I grew up in a less fortunate household, and my bike was my escape from the crazy reality that I had. A broken family. Sad story, whatever. Parents were divorced. Mom worked 3 jobs. My brother was in jail. And the bike was an escape for me. It was 2 wheels and it could take me anywhere I wanted to go. And that was the coolest thing about it. And it just became something that I was able to bond with my friends, and we just, get out of school or on a Saturday morning, we just take off and go wherever. And it didn't matter. We didn't have a set plan or whatever. The bike just took us anywhere we wanted to go. Unlimited miles, unlimited memories. And, fast forward many years later, I'm still able to do that, even in my, grown-up state where I have to maintain a career, take care of a family and a household and different bills and things. And the BMX thing actually helped a lot later in life with the weight loss, because it just gave me something to do. A lot of people are quick to run to the gym. I don't really see fit for the gym. I lost my weight without using any kind of workout skills, but I was able to get a little bit of cardio out of the BMX, I guess you could say. I don't consider it a workout, but it helped. But I would say BMX saved my life. I lived a very fast-paced life for a few years. Nothing that I'm proud of, but I'm glad to say that it actually led me to where I'm sitting right now, and the BMX bike helped me get through a lot of that stuff.
What is your career right now?
I work for the Florida Department of Corrections. I am a correctional officer, and I work in the state prison 7 days a week, fighting my way out. It's interesting.
Is it something you enjoy? Does it keep your lifestyle going, keep your head straight?
It takes a special person to get involved. It wasn't something that I woke up one morning and just said, hey, I really want to do this, but I want to get involved in law enforcement, oddly enough. It's interesting. It's something new every day. It's scary. You sign a paper that says you may not make it home at times. You may not make it home, period. So when, knowing that, it's sketchy, but you trust yourself, your instinct, and the people you work with. But it's fast-paced. It could be super mellow, and we're just feeding chow. And the next thing you know, you got inmates that are fighting, and all of a sudden you got 12-inch razors coming out of their pants, and they're stabbing each other. And we're locked in a chow hall with 150 inmates, and it's go time. And I don't like to brag about it, but I will say that at the end of the day, I'm going home, and I'll do by any means necessary to get home to my wife and my friends. And if that means playing knockdown with a few inmates, then I'll do the paperwork later, and I'm going home. So it's crazy. It's definitely it makes you think a little differently, and it kind of makes you a little cold to certain things, but it's eye-opening, and it gives you a bit of appreciation on life in the free world. A lot of those guys will never see what we have, and it makes you appreciate those types of things. So it's kind of humbling, but at the same time, it's a paycheck.
Any last words?
I would say anybody who's just now starting to get involved in BMX, keep riding. If that's your thing, it doesn't matter what skill level you're at. You can, you could ride with a Norcup Pro and just be able to do a few tricks and still have a good session. It'll take you wherever you want to go if you let it. To the younger kids, don't get caught up in the dumb stuff, because you won't make it as far as us people, that kept it on the right path. Other than that, that's about it, man.
Let's get some riding.
Yep.
Don't hit me too hard.
No, you're busting. Other than that, that's about it, man.
Good?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Clip because I'm gonna pedal grind it. Oh, look. Pedal grind. Yeah. Alright, I'll send it. Hot as fuck out. The coffee.